Atow against RelatingWave and Kash for our grand final.
7 games. A potential of 7 games. We do have a best of 7. That's probably a better way to say it. Grand finals, all on the line. We got a $3,000 prize pool. 60% going to first place. 40% going to second place. First place will also be taking home a Thrustmaster eSwap Pro prize pack. One more time, thank you to our sponsor, eSwap Pro controllers. 30 seconds into game 1. Mostly been a midfield battle. AcroniK takes this off the sidewall, shut down by RelatingWave. Kash opting to get back out of the Dominus and into the Fennec. And he's going to force one low and slow with the lead block of RelatingWave. Kash, they strike first.
Yeah, Kash able to get enough of an extension, and RelatingWave does their job. You see, not getting the demo, but it forces Atow to completely slam on the brakes, which fails to give them enough momentum on the re-acceleration into that play. Took 40 seconds, but we got our first goal. Maybe number 2. Kash has AcroniK looking at completely helpless. Even then, gets enough of a save to keep it out momentarily, but the post is not their friend this time.
Great start for Kash and RelatingWave. 2-0 lead. See if they can hold on to this. There is obviously plenty of game time left. 4:15 on the clock. We have seen the offensive firepower from AcroniK and Atow. Plenty of mechanics in that tool belt for both of those players. See some of it right here. AcroniK with an air dribble. Doesn't land his ground pinch. Kash will sweep it over to the sidewall. And a double challenge dunk. RelatingWave gonna have to deal with an awkward bounce. Not only does it bounce high, but it also bounces out. AcroniK with a layoff towards a teammate. Atow not able to read it. Can he get this sharp angle? No, RelatingWave's back in time. Now Kash will send one into his corner. Gonna take his time. Initiate this dribble down the sidewall. Atow, the quick challenge. AcroniK with a pass across.
Oh,
Stuffed
no.
out.
Oh,
Demo.
no.
Is that going to provide an opportunity? Atow off the post. He finally gets that secondary touch, Taco.
I was waiting for the consequence, and I'm like, AcroniK really taking their time on it, and then they opt for the pass, which I thought was a mistake right up until that went off the post. But normally I give them the benefit of the doubt. I feel like that was pure fortune, just being able to have that bounce right off and bounce into you for the double tap. So at least there's one back. Maybe another one, and very interesting pre-flip, but that goes 90 degrees almost all the way to the far side. So no immediate follow-up. Wave trying to put it back to a 2-goal lead with a slight carry. It's not high in altitude, but high in that skill.
RelatingWave has been so impressive throughout this 2v2 event. I think that he is an underrated player in general, but I think more specifically, we don't really recognize his mechanical ability. I think this is because he's been on teams with players that are absolute superstars, and so he may not take that role where he gets to show off what all he's capable of, but he sure is putting it on display here in this 2v2. RelatingWave. Awkward recovery on the backboard, but he will keep the ball out for now. Atow. Aggressive challenge on that sidewall will secure that midfield boost as well. RelatingWave, a nice touch. Kash will have to sweep this back to his own corner, collect his boost. And with a 2-goal lead at the moment, I like this play. Kash and RelatingWave using the entire pitch, taking things back to defense if they need to, just holding on to possession, letting the clock do the difficult job here. A shot on target. RelatingWave will send it away.
Yeah, something that I had really talked about, the goal line defense. Wave able to not just save it away, but hit it high off the backboard, which normally is not what you want to see, but when you have Team Liquid play so aggressive, be right up in your grill on those offensive chances, it forces them to have to rotate back and then defend by themselves. Ooh. Speaking of AcroniK, you're having to deal with the skill of Kash. They just get away with it. Playing passive, work to their degree. Now it's time to go on the offense. Lobbed up to their teammate, but Wave, equally as aggressive, able to knock that one to the side for now, and it's like Kash and company able to get away with it for now. Still 2-goal lead with only 90 seconds on the clock.
They've done so well once they secured that 3rd goal. to just play smart and not put themselves in any dangerous positions, focusing on prioritizing possession and time wasting rather than stretching as far as they can to provide themselves a scoring opportunity, understanding that's not what they need at the moment. AcroniK, the slow play, read well by the defense. Kash, no boost and turns off of a toe. Not reading this play well inside the final 60, Taco.
Yeah, at this point, we're just seeing a lot of exchange of possession. Either player or neither players rather can really figure out where they want to go with it. You see a lot of ball chasing. You see a lot of close 50s going for boost steals, and sometimes just prioritizing ball over that boost. Either way, I don't think it's resulting in too much shenanigans. However, we did see a little bit of a hijink there. AcroniK in the capitalized low 50, and they're able to get the flip reset over top, and there's hope yet.
This is just so impressive. I love when these first touches in the air are resets. It just opens up so many new opportunities, so many options is what I should say for the player as they continue their play. AcroniK showing what he can do in the air. Cut that lead down to 1. 30 seconds remain. Atow, the layoff pass across. AcroniK does send it high. 20 seconds left. Press from the sidewall. RelatingWave, a fantastic read. Early challenge on that rotation back. RelatingWave threatening a bump. Holding boost in the tank in case Kash does get beat, and it does happen. RelatingWave, great challenge, and that's probably going to do it for game number 1. Atow does send one up over the first defender. RelatingWave there to drop it to the ground, and he and Kash will take game number 1.
It got a little close there, as you mentioned that it might be coming to the end, and then the ball had one more bounce, but unfortunately the team also panicked a tad on the Liquid side, just throwing it on goal. Wave had the cover, and I think that's to be expected. They've gotten here on the backs of their quality defense, and they're going to continue it. Still a 1-goal margin, but still showing that quality up against, as you mentioned, that really offensive threat that constantly Team Liquid does pose.
We've seen this a couple times now from Liquid throughout this event. Maybe not the greatest start, but once those mechanics get warmed up, they are a dangerous duo. I expect to see that here in the grand final. RelatingWave and Kash with a great start, 1-0 in the series. If you're just tuning in, as I said, this tournament format is 8 teams. It is all single elimination, all best of 7s. Keep it simple. Let the players work. This will be the grand finals. One more time, thank you to eSwap Pro Controllers for sponsoring this event. Exclamation point eSwap in the chat. Use code Hoodyhooo for 15% off. We're going to jump into game number 2. And Team Liquid bounce back. Maybe we'll have another Pendulum Swing tournament. Excuse me, Pendulum Swing series. Or maybe Kash and RelatingWave will take multiple games in a row.
And that's something that we say that like it's a novel thing, but in this tournament, it really is. And that we have seen a lot of teams, even if they do take 2 straight, that's really where it fully comes to an end. We're not seeing any blowouts, and then we might be seeing one kind of be underway if Kash and RelatingWave can really find that consistency, really strike at the heart of a lot of Team Liquid weakness. Problem is for them, there's not a lot of them, especially with these mechs. Atow just going way too over the top on that one, but still always posing a threat. You see Kash and Wave almost just take it to the ground, and now taking it underneath. Kash not opting for any movement, completely faking out the defender.
Kash is really heating up here in the finals, providing so many good opportunities for his team to score. They will strike first here in game number 2. 4:33 left to play. Plenty of time for Team Liquid. AcroniK. Aggressive first challenge straight away from kickoff, hoping for that ground pinch, but RelatingWave will clear it away before he can do so. RelatingWave with a great read on the backboard clear from Atow. And now Kash will have to drop a back pass over. RelatingWave looking to go back to Kash, but Kash bumped away. AcroniK with a booming clear. The ceiling bounce, tough for RelatingWave to read, but AcroniK reads it to perfection and puts one in.
Yeah, that often happens when you try to go for a cute little passing play there. Back on the back pass, then right back to your teammate. AcroniK reads it, but then to make matters worse, Wave is just far enough back that they can't really turn. A lot of conviction on that touch. They have to guess on the ceiling read, and because of that, they will pay the price, but Team Liquid will certainly be happy enough. Maybe not that they have to respawn, because now it's Kash in a little bit of a 1v1. Atow able to deal with it well enough and take it down for the solo play, or so I thought. Immediate giveaway, AcroniK. Quick beat to it. Do they have the double? It's going to go straight on down. Kash was needed for the first, not for the second. Another miss, and then maybe an open net. Wave's just going to take their shot, and AcroniK has a quick enough recovery to make sure that doesn't sting.
I wasn't sure if AcroniK was going to be able to get back in time. Fortunately for Team Liquid, he will keep the scoreline locked at 1-1 for now. Kash, a little bit of space, a backflip flick. We'll put one on target, but AcroniK knocks it over to a teammate. Atow will air dribble out towards the midfield. Kash, not slowing down. Off the crossbar, down and in. Kash, with the aggressive challenge, will reclaim the lead.
And it comes off the bump of one and really just the chase on another one. I kind of feel for the side of Liquid. They're just trying to slow the play down, just get any touch on it. And not only that, but I would say a 50, it really just teed up that challenge from Kash, getting goal number 2 and being able to put a foothold into the series. Let's see how long they can hold it. It's Liquid. It's a quick turnaround. Atow trying to beat out the defender, but a good recovery on the orange side.
Still loads of time left. AcroniK opting to go for a low 50. The pinch provides a lot of power off the backboard. Kash with a flip reset. Does follow it up for the dunk. AcroniK immediately after will be there for a dunk as well. The pace of play speeding up quickly. So a control touch. Going for that ground double. He must have heard you, but RelatingWave keen to it. Knocks it straight in. RelatingWave extends the lead. 3-1 for he and Kash.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see these ground doubles because it's so unexpected. Problem is, Wave was actually almost waiting exactly for that touch. They're baiting in a slower play, or if they're going to go back for the dribble, which is what Liquid has been doing a lot. And instead, I think almost they're just shaking their heads, wondering if they see that right. It's teed up perfectly for him, and AcroniK not even trying for the save. They just bailed out for the corner. They knew what was about to happen. 2-goal lead opening up right as we hit halftime.
So far, it seems as though Liquid's just not able to get their ideal play style under control just yet. You see a team bump back in their own corner. Kash with a booming clear. Atow will handle it well in the midfield. AcroniK pulls one up high. There for the follow-up. Does put it off the backboard. Kash fills up that shooting lane. Kash, the slow down, the flick. It's off the near post. Atow with a very nice touch there. We'll have RelatingWave retreat a bit, which he is fine to do with a 2-goal lead. They're happy to let this clock run down. Liquid gonna have to put something together soon, if not for this game, for the series. So far, have not had much success in attack.
It's really tough to be able to get on attack when you're still just stuck in your defensive zone. They're trying to slow the play down, get some boost, but honestly, I've been glued to the cameras of Kash and Wave. Their boost management is spectacular, grabbing all the pads, making sure everything is so difficult. Like reading that, the ground pinch top shelf.
Wow.
Ooh.
Kash, what a strike. Well-timed dodge. Goodness gracious, that has got to be so difficult to read. You don't know what kind of power is going to happen. You don't know where exactly it's going to be put. Top, bottom, left, right. Pitch, always difficult to read. Liquid, down by 3. 60 seconds remain.
Oh, no.
Let me rephrase that. Down by 4. Kash puts in a 5th.
Well, I'd have to think we're not in Aquadome, but in Neo Tokyo, because it feels like when it rains, it pours right now. This is getting to be lopsided. The most that we've seen out of really many of these series. It seems like Liquid was the one that inflicted this on teams, but now really getting to taste their own medicine, and I'm sure it is very bitter. You can see it on the shot count, more than doubling their opponents are Kash and Wave. They have just figured out how to carry on with this series, and it looks like they're well on their way to getting a 2-0 series lead as they continue to aggress in the midfield.
Seeing some urgency that might cause some mistakes on the Team Liquid side. Double commit on that sidewall. Kash pulls it up high, but takes it slow. as a Team Liquid defense kind of guessing at what's going to happen. RelatingWave jolts past one as the defender's worried. And now he's going to have tons of time on his backside here. Pulls it up high. Again, just going to let the clock do the work with a 4-goal lead. Nothing else is required to get this win. These final 5 seconds will tick away. Taco, they're going to do the difficult thing to do in this tournament and take 2 games back-to-back.
It's a tough thing, particularly for your opponent to deal with. So when you are now facing down on at least the Team Liquid side, this is where I think, I'm gonna say in a conventional series, you normally take a timeout. I would say in an RLCS match where you're thinking this game really got away from us. We need to settle things down and figure out not only what's working for them and how we stop it, but really what can you do? I mean, we talked about sometimes defense playing so well, but it's really been the offense from Kash and Wave that I've been most impressed by. They've just been constantly in the Team Liquid half, and so it seems like when Team Liquid does get the ball, it's really just them trying to grab their boost so they have really anything for the next attack to deal with.
You're absolutely right. We look at some of these numbers here. Both Kash and RelatingWave putting up more shots individually than the entirety of Team Liquid. It really just feels as though Liquid's struggling to get things moving. I think that they are going to be a team that if they can get a couple of highlight goals, they're going to start feeling it. And the floodgates may open. But right now, RelatingWave and Kash, not giving them much space to work with. We'll see if that remains true as we jump into game number 3.
As we head to DFH, I think this is going to have to be a full reset from Liquid. For the obvious reasons of the loss puts them onto match point, having to engineer a reverse sweep, which really BDS had the ability to do once in our quarterfinals, but this is against the best of this tournament. Wave and Kash look unwavering. So if Liquid can't pull this together, can't figure out some consistency, or at least in a way to stay closer in these games, it's going to be a very difficult mental, also mechanical adjustment for them. So I'm very interested to see how these initial attacks are going to fare for them.
A slight detail to share with everyone. We had a team drop out of the event on Friday. Unfortunate circumstances. We're no longer available on the weekend. And Taco, I want you to take a guess at what team stepped in to fill.
I'd have to think it's the team that really so few, except for GC in Disguise, that really anticipated the massive channel point prediction, because it seems like I would have to be the assumed underdogs here.
That's exactly right. Kash and RelatingWave stepping in at the last moment. Obviously, we appreciate that. Jumping in and playing with short notice. But it sounds like, or it seems like, they are going to net themselves a little bit of a cash prize as well. Whether they take home first or second, they will be bringing home a little purse. But they are poised to take away the big prize of first place here. Kash on 0 boost, scoreline 0-0. AcroniK with a nice outplay there. Atow should be able to put one in, and Liquid finally going to strike first.
And it's good on the back of AcroniK, just getting that devious little touch. That one tiny touch is what Wave was waiting for. The problem is I think they're waiting for the double tap up the line. Instead, it goes behind them, and really I just see the domino effect at play. Good goal from Liquid, and it shows that the little change-ups that they can make in their play, not always going for the hardest hit possible. Those change-ups can certainly really shake even the most sturdy of defenders. Speaking of, Atow is definitely one of those players, and then they cause a close shave on their own goal line, and then take it down the other way. Wave could save. Kash beats out the defender, and smooth as butter, gonna carry it into the open net.
And Taco, this has been the one consistent weakness of this AcroniK Atow duo. They are so willing to move forward, so willing to dive, so aggressive, so focused on scoring. When those opportunities present themselves, it's almost as if they can't pass it up. And far too many times, one single tap, one poke around will leave them exposed for a counterattack. Kash is going to tie us up 1-1.
Wow, what a recovery from AcroniK. My goodness, that's where the mechs really come in. You're never out of it when your car gets thrown through the blender. Takes a 50, spins a 360 degrees. then still able to get enough power underneath that to get it into the open net.
Great job there from AcroniK, understanding how to apply that hitbox to the challenge. Plenty of boost left to follow it up as well. RelatingWave and AcroniK both opting for the pull away. Kash, nice challenge. We'll put a shot on target. AcroniK in position to make the save. Atow puts it past one. AcroniK with a catch on his own backboard. Does get that corner boost as it spawns RelatingWave. Taps one towards the net as he comes back to the ground. And Kash, just trying to keep the offensive press alive, will secure this midfield boost. Now RelatingWave, unfortunately, going to turn over possession. 2:15 left to play. Team Liquid still holding on to that 1-goal lead.
That's a really tough read. In fact, they're not even going to get it. They're beaten to the aerial. Kash deciding against it. They're just waiting for the panic touch from Atow, and there it is. Open net. Can they beat it before AcroniK gets back? Yes, they do. We're talking about Waves finishing. Kash striking the ball cleanly and playing some nice predictive plays in the midfield.
Kash stepping up big as he's done this whole tournament on the offensive side. 2 minutes remain. 2-2 score line. Kash and RelatingWave hoping to move forward to match point. But Atow trying his hand at a flip reset. Now AcroniK not going to land one. Still applying pressure. RelatingWave beaten on that challenge. Kash with a big challenge will send this all the way to the blue end.
Oh my, Wave as all the time, and I think that's a huge difference. We actually saw this, BDS was starting to do this when they were facing down this pressure, as I say that. Kash getting his hat trick, but every time Wave and Kash get this touch, it's very rare that you see him just throw it forward without a purpose. They always try to keep it close, keep it to the corner, get the boost steals, and I think it's forcing Team Liquid into this weird position where they want to defend the net, but they know that their teammate, or their opponents rather, playing so indirectly. I think it's slowly wearing them down, but you know, as I say that one, it's not like this is a blowout. It's still very much within the Team Liquid grasp. I'm sure it is very psychologically debilitating to know, though, if you don't pull us together in the next 70 seconds or so, you're going to have to engineer a reverse sweep here in a grand final.
It's going to be a tough one, especially the way Kash and RelatingWave are playing at the moment. And while Liquid do look a bit better here, I know this is not their full potential. RelatingWave looking for that air dribble into a double touch attempt. Not able to get it underneath the crossbar. Final 45 seconds. Demo attempt on the backboard. Kash will avoid, get the clear, pick up the midfield boost, and provide a challenge. RelatingWave. Challenged by AcroniK as well. 30 seconds left. Team Liquid going to have to make something happen quickly. This may be an opportunity. AcroniK through the corner. Kash not going to let it across the face of the net. RelatingWave not going to make that touch, but Kash will clear it away. The catch. Looking to hold on to possession, but AcroniK with an early challenge will flop one across the field. RelatingWave, the big brain spawn, will be in the correct position at the correct time. Atow with possession will flick up high, gets demoed. And RelatingWave will drop that into his corner. RelatingWave and Kash up 3 on match point.
Oh my goodness. I think out of all the storylines we'd anticipate out of tournaments like this is one of the least surprising, or rather the most surprising, because we thought this would be such a back and forth, a clash of styles, but it seems like we have a style winning out. Mainly, if you look at chat, Kash supremacy, a hat trick off 7 shots, nearly 1,000 points to carry through in this game number 3. And moving into game number 4, unbelievably, we're in the situation where we might be seeing a clean sweep here. It's like they just got better as the day has gone on.
Yeah, what an impressive performance throughout the entire event. And if they cap it off with a 4-0 sweep against a Team Liquid squad, I mean, definitely something to be proud of. Can they do it? We do know, and we've seen this in RLCS and other events, whether it's 1s or 2s or whatever format, whatever mode they're playing in, that final game to close out the series is always the most difficult. You have everything riding on the line, whereas your opponent can full send, full aggression with nothing to lose, already on their last and final life.
I think if we're really going to see, I said last game, I needed to see a change from Liquid, and I think we did see it. It was a closer game. Problem is, it still just wasn't enough. The counterattacks are something that I think we're continually seeing from Liquid. I like how aggressive they are, but the problem is aggression only works if you're getting a consistent payoff, or at least more than they are giving up. No free goals at this level of play, and I think Kash is about to learn that right here. They save it only temporarily. With a demo to boot, Liquid will be on the board.
Big demo from AcroniK. Atow not going to miss that one. 14 seconds in. Game number 4. Team Liquid will strike first this time. Does that initiate the reverse sweep? RelatingWave with a boomer of a pinch. Almost on target. And immediately, he's back up to the challenge. AcroniK RelatingWave trade on a demo. Atow sends a big clear down to the orange end. Kash beats AcroniK to the challenge. RelatingWave in a 1v1 situation. Just fires a shot on target. Liquid defense. Sends it away. Kash. Dribble through the corner looking for the bump. AcroniK not able to make a touch. But no shooting opportunity. Kash RelatingWave. A bit slower start here for game 4.
I think it's natural, as every team has to adapt. I think it's something that you see a lot in 3v3, and that the best teams are not necessarily the ones that just crush every team underfoot. It's the teams that, when they do experience difficulties, aren't just going to continue to bang away with the only tool they know how. You always bring something new to the table. How about a quadruple tap attempt there from Atow? Not going to work out, so AcroniK will take their look as they're using some more slow play. They're rotating more conservatively from Liquid, and stuff like this that seems to be working for them. Atow maybe even able to capitalize, going for the 180 flick. Not going to work. 50 is continuing to rain through, but right now it seems like Liquid just trying to set up camp in the half and doing a good job so far. The clears continue to come to them, but can they put them in the right direction is the question.
The Liquid attack has been much more effective and efficient here in game 4. Kash called into action with a save on the goal line. Inside the final 3 minutes, AcroniK with control from his corner will catch this pinch down. Kash there for the quick challenge, RelatingWave with the demo. But AcroniK's actually going to turn. He will be the first to this. Looks for the pass back. Kash quickly there to challenge. Atow, the flip reset towards the net. Kash safely sweeps it into his corner. AcroniK with a nice first touch, pops it high, but RelatingWave scales the backboard. Sends it away for now. Kash, lots of time, lots of space. Does land his reset, but Atow, the quick challenge will send it away. And Taco, we haven't really seen much offense, quality offense from Kash and RelatingWave at all here in game 4. They may have had an opportunity or two, but nothing that is very dangerous.
And with 3 minutes gone, we've actually seen Liquid more than triple. Actually, at this point, it has quadrupled the shot count of their opponents, as they're certainly taking advantage of that half-court defense, more or less. Rotating out, they're not always on ball, but it's always deep enough that they can get their boost, but it's always close enough that when this Kash and Wave defense does seem to get a touch or two, is immediately met by a new challenge, and they have to therefore have the difficult task of getting the boost, protecting the goal, and also trying to really keep the Liquid boys from being able to win through every single 50. So challenges like this individually are key, because now they can get up on the front foot. Kash looking for a dunk, nearly found its way top corner, but Wave can only just tap it for Atow to clear yet again.
Final 60 seconds. Liquid absolutely have to win this game. Kash looking for an awkward ground pinch. Not sure what we call that. Almost a pogo. Kash now with a big clear. Atow's going to be the first to it. Sends it across to AcroniK. RelatingWave, plenty of space. A little bit of boost to work with. He goes ahead of the play, looking for the bump. Atow avoids it well. Follows it up. Now Kash. Little bit of boost to work with. Not much. RelatingWave hot on his heels. You can feel the urgency inside the final 20. Kash and RelatingWave got to make something happen right now if they want to put Liquid out of this event.
Oh.
Final 5. AcroniK, a big clear. Plenty of boost to follow it up. And AcroniK will put one in. Liquid not going to go away quietly.
And not by any stretch, and of course it's going to come on the tail end of what we know Liquid best for, those mechanics, flipping it just too far away for Kash to be able to save. So not going to affect the result anymore, but will at least boost the moods in the Team Liquid comms, as I'm sure they know they are capable enough to take these games. Kash and Wave are not in an impenetrable fortress on defense, though it might seem that way. It seems like they have some semblance. They've gotten a clue in how to take down this team. Problem is they got to do it 3 more times.
Taco, if they play like that, I think their chances are actually fairly good. Felt like RelatingWave and Kash were just totally silenced in that game. I can't really remember any solid opportunities or any threats to the Team Liquid defense. We look at the shot count. Much smaller than we've seen in the previous 3. Maybe Team Liquid just took a little bit of time to get warm. And now that they are, maybe they'll go on a 3-game tear as well.
And we're actually not seeing as much physical play. We actually opened today with a lot of it, but really up until now, we had a goal from Liquid off the bat with just kind of an accidental one by AcroniK. They tap by 1 and then be able to demo the player upon landing. But beyond that, we haven't seen too much of it. And I'm curious to see at what point are we going to see a return of that. It's almost like both teams understand the skill level of both squads. They don't want to throw themselves too far out of position or even just take a risky rotation. Everyone is going, hitting those boost pad lanes, making sure that everything's fueled up. And I think even though it results in a slightly more passive game, I think both teams feel much more secure, which is exactly actually the adjustment I wanted from Liquid. Let's see if they implement it again. So we head over to Wasteland Night, see if the series ends right here, or Liquid has another thing up their sleeve, like an AcroniK double, maybe to start things off. Kash doesn't want to see that happen. A good save to the side. Can they get back in time from the weird angle? Nearly creeping its way in.
Liquid, this is what I was afraid of. Once they start feeling themselves, they are very difficult to work with. But we see it again. Is the same mistake going to cost them? Not this time. AcroniK will get back in time. And a double commit from Kash, and RelatingWave is going to provide a free opportunity. Atow will strike first for Liquid here in Game 5.
That's a tough one. It almost feels unforced in a way. The player drives past, and you'd have to think, yes, that is the area you take over, but then they both try to commit to it at the same time, and you have a Liquid player close enough by. They, like I said, in front of net, some of these players have the Predator instinct. It's the exact same on mistakes. They know how to sniff those out, and they will make sure they are right on top of you to make sure they can throw it right back on down. Speaking of, really finding that one is Wave. Half rotation, high lob. AcroniK will let it bounce, and Kash thought otherwise about the first challenge. How about the second? That could set up Wave. We know how his finishing has been all tournament long. It's going to continue 1-1.
And I think this is actually a really, really crucial goal for Kash and RelatingWave. It's going to settle these nerves a bit. You know when that reverse sweep initiates and you feel like you've been suffocated, you've been silenced, you haven't really been able to generate any quality opportunities, you can't help but allowing a little bit of doubt to creep in. I think that goal can probably mitigate some of that doubt. Hopefully RelatingWave and Kash will feel a little bit of confidence from that. But Team Liquid, hoping that they will continue on pressuring this orange squad of Kash and RelatingWave, keeping that offensive firepower on display. AcroniK, plenty of boost, will be able to chase this down and get a second touch. Only pops it high, but Atow is there for the follow. Sends one to the backboard, follows it up with a demo. Got plenty of boost to make this happen. A backboard touch, drops it straight down. Thought he was going to be able to land that flip reset double touch. Can't get it underneath the crossbar. Relating wave. The challenge in the corner will get demoed immediately after. Kash looking to work this down the sideline. Secures that corner boost from Team Liquid. Kash, pass across. Relating wave will be there, but AcroniK stops it before it reaches the teammate. Atow out into the midfield. Relating wave. Quick on the read. Quick on the shot. It's going to claim that lead 2-1.
That's just so crazy to me because it almost felt like a pre-jump, but it was purely just putting themselves in a position where most likely it's going to be an air dribble forward or slightly inside, try to get that combination play. It's almost like they chose that moment. They have their trigger moment. If this goes middle, I'm just going to full send it, and sometimes you get rewarded with no 50, just a straight forward bang. Speaking of, take a bow, young man Atow with an absolute screamer of a double.
That is beautiful. Look at that placement. Top right corner. My goodness. What a way to tie things up and get that confidence moving again. 2:47 left to play.
See a little bit of a retreat from Kash and Wave, and can't really blame them now that they're on level, it's kind of square score line. I think this is going to be interesting to see really how both teams develop, and this is really the evolution of series that I'm always fascinated by, is how these teams always really take turns with the aggression and with the pre-jumps as well. Kash powers through one, not a second, might open up until 1v1. It is one through by Atow, but AcroniK on the pre-flip is going to carry it way wide of the goal. Kash goes 50, Wave takes the ceiling, does have a teammate up in support. What can Kash do with it? Apparently just fire one out on goal and also grab every single pad and boost pad on that corner of the blue side, which is might be just what they need to kickstart a boost start.
2 minutes left. Kash opting for that pinch attempt. Don't think it worked out in the intended manner, but it will work out well enough. Atow, a free shot. He's gonna grab that lead for Team Liquid. 1:44 left to play. 3-2 score line. Team Liquid not done just yet.
Yeah, brutally, I feel like if that ball goes literally anywhere else, that'd be fine. The rotation was coming back on the near side. The problem is that it's supposed to be a pinch up into the ceiling or ideally down the line, but instead just gets a wiggle in between the wall and the car and results in kind of a wide open touch. That could have been a wide open response from Kash and Wave, but that's how it was quick to it, and not gonna get that double tap though. So here comes Kash, open pass, Wave goes back to the midfield. They're all boosted up. Can they get that pass middle? No, AcroniK calls the bluff, immediately challenges, and then maybe could do something of their own. The flip reset, we know how lethal they can be on that one. A little bit of a misfire. Nothing doing on the response. However, a quick counterattack. No bump needed. Kash for 3.
Kash and Relating Wave looking much better here in this game rather than the previous. 1:14 left to play. Can they go ahead and conclude this 2v2 event, or will we head on to a game number 6? Not much time left to play. Atow in the corner, 0 boost. Flicks high, Relating Wave. Pops out to Kash, does land the flip reset and the follow-up. Following challenge from Relating Wave. Into the corner. AcroniK with an opportunity. Kash. Waiting on the air dribble. Opts for the in and out save. We'll be able to get a decent clear on this. Secures that midfield boost. Can he go up over? No, AcroniK. Fantastic challenge to keep things all level at 3-3. 30 seconds remain.
Really like that touch from Kash. It almost paid off, but it was a little too close to AcroniK. Atow off the ceiling. Powerful hit, but that's well over. This could be a counterattack. It is one-on-one. Can the recovery result in maybe a bump? He's gonna get 15. It's off the post and out. 10 seconds remaining. Any heroics remaining for either team. Liquid might get one more look at it. Kash over to Wave. It's over top them. Are they gonna be playing for OT? The high lob. I too like to live dangerously. 50 is there. So nothing doing at 0-0. We're gonna have to go to OT to see if Liquid could claw one more game back.
Little confusion here in the corner, and the drop down pass. Atow is going to be there. Team Liquid push us forward to game 6.
So well done. So well done off the kickoff. Immediately, just like a rabid dog, nipping at the heels of the defender, forcing them to turn fully, commit to a 50 that's going to go into an unfavorable position. Or do you play for the pass? Do you play for the prediction and the teammate, or rather the opponent, opts for the latter? Then, you know, you can dish it down at any moment and kind of hope that it's going to be quick enough, but it's also good when your teammate is waiting for it. Great positioning from Atow. 4 goals, 8 shots. Can't ask for much better efficiency than that. And Liquid slowly but surely figuring this series out.
They sure are, and this has got to be concerning for Kash and RelatingWave. The longer this goes, you know there's more doubt seeping into their thought process. On the flip side of that, this game, even though they did end up taking a loss, they looked a lot better and created some opportunities to score. Had some effective presses on offense. Definitely kept the Team Liquid defense under pressure a bit better than the previous game or two.
Well, as we go to Neo Tokyo, I think we have seen a very interesting Team Liquid in that I keep saying they have the implementations down, but they're still occasionally just throwing everything into the crazy flip reset double tap meta, which obviously they have the skill to hit. The issue is that this isn't threes where if you miss that, you have 2 players on the recovery. You really are leaving your second man out to dry, and so it can be very dangerous to see that happen in real time. Speaking of, really blame Wave on that one. A quality 50 above the goal.
Very nice play. AcroniK there for the finish. And Team Liquid, 11 seconds in, take a 1-0 lead. At this point, Taco, Kash and RelatingWave, they need to reset. They need to make sure that they're playing their game and not letting the circumstances of the series impact their gameplay. Atow there for another one. 20 seconds in, Team Liquid up 2.
It comes off the back of a good meet from Wave. The problem is the timing is just not on their side. It goes to the sidewall, and at a certain point, it's a tee-up. You know players are going to bury that one unless you have a defender back, and that one more or less just off the kickoff, 20 seconds in, and Team Liquid already has a nice little insurance goal.
RelatingWave, a nice pass out. Kash not going to be able to connect on that second touch. AcroniK, nice pass across to a teammate. Could have been a scoring opportunity, but it was off target. RelatingWave going on a demo spree. Kash absorbs the challenge. Atow up high, brings it back down low. The flick, top shelf, blocked away at the last moment by RelatingWave. Looking to break a transition out. Kash up quickly off the crossbar. Not going to be good enough. RelatingWave dunked on the goal line. Kash sweeps in to send it away.
Continuing to really just dominate all of these challenges are Liquid. AcroniK didn't even believe in that one, as that was flawlessly put in front of the goal, but they were just too far away. Now, might suffer the consequences. Kash missed his first opportunity. I don't think he's missing the second. Wide open as AcroniK was pulled between the 2 great loves of Rocket League, the ball and the boost.
Oof. That's a tough one. Quite an ambitious play to hope for that boost, while also trying to get back to the net in time. Kash will capitalize and punish the mistake. That may provide them just the break that they need. AcroniK out into the middle of the box. Kash there for the 50. Send it down to the Liquid backboard. RelatingWave with a catch. AcroniK moves forward, steals that corner boost. RelatingWave with a nice challenge on the sidewall. Atow loading up the flick. Challenged by RelatingWave. Kash with a big win. Gets the demo and the free net. RelatingWave ties us up 2-2.
And that's that improvisational thinking. Kash hits the ball deep. They realize it's an open net, but then instead of rotating out, instead of just landing and trying to get your position all centered again, they know it's technically a 2-on-1. It might not be the best angle, but hey, how about you catch it and carry it in? I got your front, and now we're all leveled up here. But again, just going to suffer a brief setback of guy being beat to a ball in the midfield, but it unravels into so much more for their opponents.
Oh. Atow! Big air dribble, the big muscle 50 at the end. Incredible stuff. It's going to reclaim the lead immediately for Team Liquid.
It's so tough because you really feel for Kash. They're getting to that. They have the same hitbox, but it almost just feels like Atow's is just larger in general, just dunking them through, 100% of that rolling onto the goal, and that's a very unfortunate break here for our orange side as Wave, even trying to get back into the ball, can only get bumped and cover to land right next to it. Liquid with a lead, and as we know, these leads can be somewhat precarious in this series, but would have it no other way. Long shot. Atow able to get the first one. Kash, double tap. Late challenge from AcroniK, able to get just enough of it. Wave trying to tee one up, but they've only put it in the path of their opponent. It is just wide. Unfortunately for Wave and Kash, that is not going to be another one to add to the tally.
That may be, once again, another lucky break. With 2 minutes left to play, only down one, Kash RelatingWave are still in a position to make this comeback. They certainly do not want to go to Game 7 after being up 3-0. It's going to be a tough place to be mentally. AcroniK up to the ceiling, will get a pass across. Atow into the corner. Not able to follow it up. AcroniK's there. He's going to sweep that 50-50 in front of the net. Teammate will finish it up. 4-2 for Team Liquid.
You see a little oops coming out from Wave as they're trying to get the 50, and again, just quality contact from AcroniK. They approached at the right angle. They're just a niff behind the ball that they can win it behind the defender, and it's a good challenge again. And it comes down to, in the same way that ones do, just a 150 or so completely shifts the perspective of the defense, and when you have a boulder like Team Liquid rolling downhill, you're gonna have to do a lot to stop it. They're starting to really get themselves into a fit of momentum. 3 goals opening up with 90 to go.
This is a tough situation to be in. After climbing to a 3-0 series score line, you're feeling confident, feeling good. 1 game slips away. All right, not a big deal. 2nd game slips away. Okay. We're gonna have to step up here, and now a 3rd game straight is gonna slip away from Kash and RelatingWave. It's going to be really tough to come into that Game 7 with a lot of confidence. But if they want a chance to stave off the reverse sweep, they're going to have to do just that.
And Wave trying to just produce anything here, but unfortunately, it seems like Liquid just knows exactly where they are in time. Kash even saying, can we just go next in the in-game chat at this point. I think they have seen enough. They know this game not only has been dominant from Liquid, but really has just been a totality of mistakes from them on top of Liquid just applying overwhelming pressure.
Inside the final 60. Flick on target will be blocked away by RelatingWave. Pop to the backboard. Kash should be in position to field this. That's a pretty play right there from Kash. A flick on target. RelatingWave doing a little bit of physical work on the back end, knocking out the only defender in goal. It's going to cut the deficit down to 3. But with 35 seconds left, I do not see the comeback happening here in Game 6.
Oh, hold on a minute, because a kickoff like that could be quality. The problem is Kash, with limited boost, the temptation to take it on the dribble is just overwhelming. Atow called that bluff and bum rushed it, so that's a lot of seconds off the clock, but it's not a lot of defenders in their way. Wave and Kash going for the pinch, not going to quite work out, but that's not the best clear. Wave open shot and a rare miss is going to certainly dispel any thoughts of a comeback here. Maybe one more for the road as Kash will book one in, but these are going to have to be a flawless kickoffs to be able to produce a miracle here.
If they made this comeback with 6 seconds left, I don't know what I would say. I imagine we're going to run the clock down here. RelatingWave will get possession. Not going to be able to get this on target in time for a second one. Team Liquid come back from a 3-0 deficit to take us to Game 7. And Taco, I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, not at all. I mean, you'd mentioned you wanted this to go to Game 7, and Liquid will make sure we get there. And even in a more dramatic fashion, a reverse sweep. It's at moments like this where I almost wonder, how do you deal with that when you're the opponents? Granted, they're all competitors here. Wave and Kash are playing spectacular. They're always in the game, even though it seems like it's starting to get one-sided. They find a way to claw back. But knowing that you had this series in the palm of your hand, it felt like everything was in control. And then Team Liquid do Team Liquid things. They're just so good. They just find a way to get goal after goal after goal.
And I see Kash hop out of the lobby for a moment. Do we think that he is jumping back into the Dominus? Ooh. I think I see an Octane. Kash cycling through a few different cars. Maybe the Octane will be the special juju that he needs. Game 7. This one match will define or determine the winner of the Hoodyhooo 2v2s. We got Team Liquid taking on Kash, RelatingWave. Atow looking to start things off with a flip reset. Not much luck. RelatingWave there for the quick clear. Kash will put one over to the sidewall. Favorable bounce for Team Liquid. Shot on target. RelatingWave's able to sweep it to the corner.
It's too high on some of these touches. I think there's one thing to be able to keep the defense accountable as you're throwing it deep. The problem is a couple of these touches, it's almost like Liquid is baiting in, or not baiting even, they're just waiting for these touches. And it seems like Kash and Wave are keeping it kind of too predictable. The one thing I really liked about them is that they try to keep the ball as close to their side, or at least in their possession, as possible. And I think without that, it turns into this kind of chaotic play style, which I think, to be honest, Liquid will win most of the time. These guys like to play fast. They like to put on pressure. And if you're playing into their hands, that is really what you want to do, especially as we enter into your final life.
Atow does get it dunked. Unfortunately for him, off target. Kash will be able to flick this out into the midfield, only as far as AcroniK. From the sidewall. Tries the catch, not able to get control for the flick. RelatingWave up high. Gets the reset. Atow keeps it out for now, and AcroniK there for the second effort. They will keep the scoreline 0-0. 3:15 left to play. Kash in position on the goal line. Team Liquid still applying pressure. RelatingWave down the sideline. Has a potential flick option. AcroniK not able to keep it out just yet. Kash looking for the follow-up. Team Liquid.
It's almost like you can see the fear in Kash and Wave's eyes every time Atow gets a perfect setup like that off the ceiling. You need to close it down because you know they have the class to be able to put that top shelf if uncontested. Either way, still going to keep on playing, and this game has flown by, Hoody. We are already in halftime in Game 7, waiting for our first goal, and at this rate, it might be the only goal. Team Liquid trying to make sure it's them. Quick challenge. They're going to beat out Kash. They're backwards. Atow able to just get there in time, poke that away, get the boost, and start the counterattack. Not past both of them. Wave and Kash both landing on their goal line and able to get the save just in time again. Still not over. Atow plaguing this orange half, but the clear goes through on We Play, still even.
Feels like Team Liquid is ramping up as this game continues to wind down inside the final 2 minutes. Kash pops to the side, a back pass. AcroniK over to the sidewall. Can he get the second touch? Yes, he can. Kash in position to receive it. RelatingWave pops it away. Atow. One touch. Kash will take over. Does get his flip reset. Goes underneath. Looks for the ground pinch. RelatingWave staying goal side. Sends one out into the midfield. Kash pops towards the net. RelatingWave uses every ounce of boost, but he's not able to make contact. Wait, Kash flings one on target. Team Liquid finally at the last moment do get back in time. RelatingWave with a big challenge. We'll send this across the field to Kash, who ends up stepping back away from the play. Atow air dribbles one to the backboard. AcroniK takes a shot. RelatingWave sends it away. Kash going to be the first to this. Will pick up his midfield boost. RelatingWave ahead as a lead blocker. Kash, can he get this around and inside the frame? No, he can't. RelatingWave pops one over the backboard. Final 45 seconds. All locked at 0-0.
We're seeing AcroniK pull out save after save after save. Feels like a meme at this point. How long can he keep getting away with it? I suppose you can ask the same of Wave and Kash. They're no strangers to spectacular defense as well, but now it's their turn to play a little offense. Kash thrown in a weird position. Atow takes to the ceiling, then opts for a reset. Wave plays it slow. 50 for AcroniK to deal with. Kash bum rushes it. They're going to get beat out, but AcroniK not anticipating this touch. Now we're down into an interesting position. Do you rush it, or do you cost your team a mistake? RelatingWave pickpockets the defense and will pocket themselves a quality goal worthy of a grand final win.
RelatingWave stepping up big. 5 seconds remain. Can they hold on and become the champions, staving off the reverse sweep from Team Liquid? The kickoff goes in favor. That's going to be it, Taco. We've got our champions, Kash and RelatingWave.
It's just so hard to handle. We play a scoreless game for 99% of the match, but right at the end, it's just too much. Wave getting a quality challenge in the midfield, finishing it with